Hi, everybody. Meteorologist. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Ethan Emery here in the Fox 19 First Alert Streaming Center. We are looking at a warm and beautiful day in store for your Wednesday. A little breezy out there, too. Could see a gust of around 20 to 25 miles per hour, but otherwise mostly sunny. A few of those mid to high level clouds moving in later in the day, but keeping it warm. And maybe at best a sprinkle or two, but otherwise want to keep it dry. Tonight also dry, clear skies, temperatures falling down into the mid 40s out there for you. And then for tomorrow, we're looking at high temperatures a little bit cooler, near normal into the mid 60s. We'll call it mostly sunny for your day as well. And taking a look here at our forecast model, you'll see here that's part of a front moving in. It's a very weak front, but we'll bring in those milder conditions for your Thursday. We go into the end of the work week. Friday could see a few light showers, but not looking to be a huge impact, just nothing more than a few raindrops coming down. But this will introduce some cooler air heading into the weekend, and the weekend does look to be on the dry side and cooler side. So again, that cold front moving through as we head into our Thursday, and then going into the end of the week into the weekend, a secondary front bringing in some of that chilly air for the final weekend of October. And for your Bengals game day forecast coming up on Sunday, as of course we are your Bengals flagship station, temperatures will be in the upper 50s and low 60s during the game. And also on Monday, we have the MLS Cup playoffs taking place over at TQL. Looking warm for that, temperatures by halftime in the upper 50s. And the 7-day forecast, we've got those temperatures again kind of fluctuating depending on the day. A little bit mild for your Thursday, chances of rain for your Friday. The weekend is cool, but then next week we're warming up into the mid 70s and keeping it dry as well. For the latest forecast updates, follow along on the Fox 19 First Alert weather app. Hi everyone, Meteorologist Ethan Emery here in the Fox 19 First Alert Streaming Center here, streaming live wherever you stream on the 24/7 weather streaming channel. We're live on fox19.com, the Fox 19 First Alert weather app, and the news app. Also on YouTube and on Facebook, where if you have any comments or questions, you can chime in there, and we'll happily try to answer those questions for you here on this beautiful Wednesday. So, hi everyone, Meteorologist Ethan Emery here. Hopefully you're all having a good start to the middle of your work week, and what we've got going in store for us is pretty quiet conditions out there. A live look behind me of our Newport Levee camera, and as you can see here, we've got a lot of sunshine, just some upper level clouds moving in, and we also have some breezy winds in store for your afternoon. Not anything that's going to be impactful or something of concern, but we are looking at some of those breezy gusts, maybe on the onset of 20, 25 miles per hour. You can notice some of the ripples there along the Ohio River indicating those winds. And we are looking at temperatures cooling down going into tonight and tomorrow, because the cloud cover you see behind me is ahead of a cold front. Now, it's not a strong cold front, but it will introduce us the opportunity for maybe, again, a sprinkle. Nothing more than that. But we're going to keep things pretty much dry for you here on your Wednesday. Taking a look at radar and satellite, and as you can see behind me, there is that cold front. Now, you might be looking at this rain up here towards Iowa, towards Missouri, Illinois, and think that might make its way here. I don't think that's the case. I think what's going to happen is that this activity is going to stay further south and kind of dry out as it's moving into a very dry air mass. And for us, we're going to also be dry with this. And as I mentioned, at best, maybe a sprinkle. I'm not foreseeing anything more than this, just simply because of how dry it's been over the last few days. And because of that high pressure system, it's been so strong, it's going to really weaken this frontal system. In fact, we'll take a look at those temperatures right now. So ahead of that front, you see temperatures right now in the upper 60s here in Cincinnati, the upper 70s down towards Nashville, the lower 70s towards St. Louis, and behind this front, look at that, 54 in Waterloo, Iowa, 51 in Omaha, Nebraska, 58 over in KC, Missouri. So definitely cooler air behind this frontal system. And as I mentioned, a lot of dry air that this frontal system has to work against. We got dew points in the 40s and the 50s. And behind this front, we got dew points in the 30s. So it's working against really dry air. It's going to limit any kind of precipitation coming down with it. But something that Catherine and Steve will be monitoring here this afternoon. Again, I think at best it's just going to be a sprinkle chance this afternoon. Right now, temperatures are in the upper 60s and the low 70s here. 71 over towards Hamilton and also at the Lunken Airport. 69 in Batavia, also at CVG, 69 degrees. 68 in Lebanon, Wilmington, and Falmouth. And then right at 70 up in Batesville, Indiana. And looking at the dew points, the measure the moisture in the air, upper 40s and low 50s, indicating that fairly dry air mass, though the dew points in the low 50s, certainly a little bit more humidity, which could indicate maybe that sprinkle chance could be in those spots. And the winds out there, you're probably feeling a little bit of a breeze, around 5 to maybe 15 miles per hour, and could see a gust. Well, right now there's currently no gusts, but I suspect we could see a gust to be close to 20, 25 miles per hour. So looking ahead to today, we'll show you that forecast model map. That way you can see, again, it's not looking to shape up any more than what we've already been showing you or saying all morning long here on Fox 19. Both Frank and Catherine showing you that, again, maybe a sprinkle. Nothing more than that here for your afternoon. This is a different model they have not shown, I believe. But we're going to play this into motion. You can see here the cloud cover moving in with it. And yeah, it's just too dry. So maybe some thicker cloud cover here this late afternoon into the early evening. Bring in some cooler air behind it for your Thursday morning. So Thursday morning, we could see temperatures in the lower 40s. But then Thursday afternoon, we rebound right back up into the mid-60s. So granted, cooler than the last couple of days, but pretty much on par with what we typically see for this time of the year. And then we go ahead and go forward into your Friday. Friday morning, also starting off in the 40s. Now, the difference is Friday, we could be running in some chances of some shower activity moving in. Now, granted, it does look light right now. We're not looking at anything substantial, nothing that's going to be a first alert weather day, nothing like that. But we could be looking at some light showers for Friday. It looks like mid-morning through the afternoon as a bit of a stronger front moves in going into the end of the week and beginning our weekend off on a cooler note. In fact, this is looking ahead to our Friday here. So this is for Wednesday. The icons are a little bit ahead of themselves, but here's Thursday into Friday. So Friday morning, we've got the warm air kind of moving in pretty quickly. So Friday's going to be another warm day. Highs will be back in the 70s for Friday. And you could see some shower activity, again, ahead of that frontal system for Friday late morning, or mid-morning rather, through the afternoon. So Friday evening, I think by the time we have those football games, I think we're going to be dry. But the field might be a little wet for some of those players, and I know this is, I think this is the final game of the regular season for Ohio sports at least. Not as familiar with Indiana or Kentucky in terms of their timeline. I would say it's pretty much similar, if not the same. But I know that the playoffs start next week. But this week, a lot of the final regular season games taking shape. And you'll see here that that front moving through Friday night is going to bring in some chilly air with it for both Saturday as well as Sunday here. And Sunday, of course, we got to let you know because we are the official flagship station of the Cincinnati Bengals. Your first alert forecast, 1 o'clock at Paycor. Temperatures will be around those mid-50s. We're keeping it sunny, but it's going to be a little bit chilly for Sunday. High temperatures will be in the lower 60s for that game. So it's the Bengals whiteout, of course. So that's why the graphics all black and white. So if you're heading to the game, make sure you wear white as we introduce the Philadelphia Eagles, the Bengals whiteout here in Cincinnati. And then we also can't forget, I know we usually get tied up in football, but we also have football, the English version, soccer, MLS Cup playoffs taking shape on Monday, 6:45 over at TQL as New York City FC comes to town. Tailgating temperatures will be in the upper 60s, near 70. Kickoff at 6:45, believe it or not, sunset on Monday is, I believe, 6:41. So kickoff is going to be with the night icon. Hard to think about that. But this time of year, it happens pretty quickly. By halftime, 59 degrees and clear skies for that match. So looks to be pretty good for that match ahead. So we're going to show you the 7-day forecast here real quick, and then I'll start looking at Facebook comments to see if there's any questions there. But the 7-day forecast ahead, kind of a fluctuation with temperatures because we've got the front moving in this evening, we've got a front moving in Friday evening, and then next week we are going to be warming up for the final days of October. So again, filtered sunshine, a bit of a breeze out there today. Could see a gust of around 20, 25 miles per hour, maybe an isolated gust of 30, though I think that's the lesser chance at this point. Thursday, a high of 66 degrees. Friday, a scattered shower chance, warming up back into the low 70s. And in the weekend, a little bit cooler. I did update these numbers to kind of reflect the latest data trends of the forecast models. But morning lows in the mid-40s, afternoon highs just in the low 60s. We'll call partly cloudy, though I think we'll have more sun than clouds. And then next week, we've got warming up right back into the mid-70s with a mix of sun and clouds for those days. Now, I will say, looking beyond the 7-day forecast, we do have some more rain opportunities coming up, and we'll show you those outlooks here in just a couple of minutes. But first, take a pause here and look at some of those Facebook comments and questions. Darla asking, good afternoon, Ethan. Hope you've enjoyed your 2 days off. Yeah, I did a lot of boring stuff. I had to get my tags for my plates on my car. I was going to forget about those. I actually almost forgot to do that, but didn't do that. make sure I did the right thing. I voted early. I rotated my tires. I changed my oil. Gave my car a nice deep clean, both inside and out. So looking good for the fall, and did some inside cleaning. Didn't really do a whole lot. Kind of a boring weekend. But hey, every once in a while it's not too bad. When it comes to rain chances on Saturday morning, I don't foresee that. I think the front passes through fully Friday evening into Friday night. And then Saturday, probably some residual cloud cover before we eventually see some sunshine Saturday afternoon, Darla. Rachel asking about severe chances for any of the 14-day forecast. I don't foresee that at this time. I think we're going to be fine. Both the front moving through today and Friday is kind of meager. And the next 14 days, the temperatures, though it does look really warm for this time of year, the rain chances that do come in are nothing substantial. They don't indicate anything that looks like strong or severe activity at this time. Now, mind you, I'm just going to be very transparent. I didn't look deep into the 14-day forecast just because I don't have the time. I got a report this afternoon heading over to Great Parks in Hamilton County. It's going to be a fun story we air, I believe, at 5:30 this afternoon. But Catherine and Steve will be able to fill you in on more details on that. But from what I've seen, I don't see a chance of anything severe or active at this moment, Rachel. But thanks for asking, of course. Maybe tomorrow I can give you some better insight. Like I said, time a little bit limited today with reporting duties. Neil, I believe the Bengals should have a better record than what they do, but I'm definitely looking forward to the whiteout game. I agree with that. I want to say their point differential is the closest in the NFL. I mean, the 3-4 record does not, a win-loss record doesn't always indicate the strength of the team. And the Bengals have a really good offense and a really decent defense when they actually, step up and play. And the last couple weeks have been really indicative of that. But let's hope for a win on Sunday, 1 o'clock kickoff. Andrea asks, widespread rain or will it be spotty on Friday? I think it's going to be spotty. Nothing looks to be on all day long. It looks like just to be isolated chances mid-morning through the afternoon. So brief shower, dry, brief shower, dry, brief shower. And again, it's going to be mainly a light activity. We're not looking at any kind of heavy rain on Friday right now. But we do have, again, the opportunity to see some of those showers both mid-morning through the late afternoon and early evening. So if you're making plans on Friday to be outside, I think you can get away with doing it, but just do be prepared for some spotty showers on and off through that time period. I wish I could give you a more specific time frame, but the model data showing in as early as 9 a.m. on Friday and as late as 8 p.m. So it's kind of a all-day spotty chance. And I think most of the day we're looking at more clouds than sun. So it'll be something we have to monitor on radar if you're going to be doing any outdoor plans. And again, if you're heading to a football game, I think the fields will be a little wet. Or even soccer games. I do think the field might be a little wet, but nothing that is going to really impact the game too heavily at this time. Take a look now at the extended outlook. I think I answered all the questions right now. So we'll go ahead and advance over to the temperature and precipitation outlooks for the next 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and seasonal outlook. So this is the next 8 to 14 days. As I mentioned, once you go beyond the 7-day forecast, temperatures still have to be pretty warm here in the region. And you can see pretty much the eastern half of the U.S. looks to be very warm. It's just that daggone high pressure that's been sitting over us, giving us the really warm weather we're seeing today and what we saw yesterday. And even though it does get kicked down a notch going into the end of the week with the front today and the front Friday, it's not going to go away anytime soon. That ridge is pretty dominant. But I do want to zoom out here and show you that over to the west, we do have signs of more of a trough or indicative of more cooler, more active weather for folks over towards the Pacific Northwest, down into the deep Southwest, into the Rockies. And we'll go ahead and switch this now over to precipitation outlook. And between the above average and below average temperatures, you got the rain chances increasing. And we're right on the fringe of seeing that for the next 2 weeks. So this goes pretty much from Halloween all the way over to, I want to say, the first full week of November. So the next 2 weeks, we are looking at an increasing trend of some rain chances, especially towards November 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, according to the data I had seen. Again, I didn't look into this in too much detail, didn't have the time, unfortunately, but what I was able to gloss over, I did see that there were going to be increasing chances around that time frame. And I'm sure Chief Meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer will break down more of those details here this evening. He gives the exclusive 14-day forecast at around 5:45 and 6:45 here on Fox 19. But we go to the next 3 to 4 week outlook, and mind you, this gets updated only once a week. It does show temperatures still to be above normal, which I do agree with right now. And then when it comes to rain chances, I think this is going to evolve. So this gets issued on Fridays, and I would suspect going into this Friday, this will update. I think the drier than normal is going to shift further off to the south and east, and we're going to see maybe some green showing up here around the Great Lakes region. I think we'll be seeing near normal precipitation going to the next 3 to 4 weeks, so through the middle of November. And then looking at the seasonal outlook, so this is November, December, and January. It's that La Nina pattern setting up here. And as you can see, we do have temperatures being above normal for November, December, and January overall. Now, it's not anything deep red indicating the high probability. It's the lowest probability of the outlook that the Climate Prediction Center does offer. But I do think that we'll be seeing more mild days than cold days in that time frame of November, December, and January. And then when it comes to precipitation, as a La Nina pattern sets up, we do see greater opportunities for above average precipitation here in the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley region. And because it's going to be warmer, it kind of pushes that rain chance a little bit further north, or at least more widespread rain or snow activity. So that's November, December, and January. And I know you probably heard me say the term. We're not seeing the forecast anytime soon. So don't hold your breath, because it's going to be quite a while before we even talk about the chance of snow here in the tri-state. Anthony saying, I hope you had a good day. Thank you, Anthony. You as well. Hopefully you're able to make the most of this Wednesday. So we'll look at the 7-day forecast one more time. Then we got to hop off of here and get ready for Now the Natty coming up at 12:30. And then we'll move along here. So here is that 7-day forecast. 7-day forecast showing us, again, some temperatures kind of fluctuating depending on the day. Upper 70s today, mid-60s for your Thursday, so kind of a mild, more seasonable day. But then we head into Friday. We got some scattered showers on and off through the day, not looking to be widespread, not looking to be something that's going to be disruptive, but just some light, spotty showers. And a high of 73. The weekend, a little bit cooler, low to mid-60s, partly cloudy. And then we head into next week. We're right back up in the 70s with partly cloudy skies for both your Monday and your Tuesday, keeping it warm and keeping it dry. And, of course, for the latest forecast conditions, latest conditions and First Alert forecast updates, you can follow along with us on the Fox 19 First Alert weather app as well as on the First Alert 24/7 weather streaming channel. We got everything there all the time, and I'll have a video update there here momentarily. But that being said, thank you all so much for joining us here on this Wednesday edition of 19 at Noon. Make it a great Wednesday. We'll see you back here beginning at 3 o'clock with meteorologist Ashley Smith, and then beginning at 5 o'clock, Chief Meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful Wednesday.